In today's model with ChatGPT, we're going to be doing overcoming objections by asking it to being a script play partner, giving it specific objections, and having it workshop with me to see if my presentation is good and if it'll let me have the appointment. One of the things that you really want to get back to is back to basics. Script practice and role play is probably one of the best things you can do. Getting somebody else to be able to work with you can be intimidating, or it can just be difficult from having to deal with somebody else's schedule. What we're going to talk about is how you can walk around with your own assistant that is on will call for you, that if you are embarrassed, nobody has to know. It's private. Welcome to the War Room, where we built this channel for real estate agents. We can help them be able to make $1 million a year in this business. So with that in mind, please give us a thumbs up to help out the algorithm. Consider subscribing and giving us a comment below. We would love to hear from you. With that, let's go ahead and get into it with ChatGPT. Hey ChatGPT, how are you today?
Hey Jason, I'm doing well. How about you?
I'm fantastic. Today's conversation, I would like to shift to a role play conversation, and I'd like you to play the role of a seller that has objections to hiring me. And I'm going to let you pick what those objections are and let me see if I can overcome them.
That sounds like a great exercise. Let's get started. Hi Jason, thanks for coming by today. I appreciate you taking the time to discuss the possibility of selling my home. However, I have a few concerns. First, I'm worried about the commission fee. It seems quite high, and I'm not sure if it's worth it. Additionally, I'm considering selling the home myself to save on costs. Lastly, I feel like I might get more personalized attention from a smaller agency. How would you address these concerns?
That's great. I'd like to break those down one at a time. Why don't we go ahead and start with the pricing and the compensation? Would that be okay?
Absolutely. Let's start with the pricing and compensation concerns. Jason, the commission fee might seem high at first glance, but let me explain what it covers and how it can actually save you money in the long run. As a real estate professional, I handle everything from marketing your home, negotiating with buyers, and managing all the paperwork to ensure a smooth transaction. This expertise often results in a higher sale price, which can more than offset the commission cost. Moreover, I invest in professional photography, advertising, and other marketing strategies to ensure your home reaches the widest possible audience.
Okay, so that's a perfect example of ChatGPT actually answering its own objection, which I wasn't even intending on doing. I was going to actually address it myself. So now I'm going to get on with ChatGPT and say, I'd like to see if I can address it and see how it responds. Would it be okay if I went ahead and responded to those objections and then you tell me how I did?
Sure, go ahead. I'm ready to hear your response.
Okay, thanks. I appreciate your concern about the compensation model and how we're going to get the pricing that you're looking for. One of the things that people often consider when trying to sell the house themselves is they want to net more money. How you expose the property to the market will be a big deal in how you net the most money. One of the key things we do in our 130-point marketing program is that we do what they call the 4th P in real estate, which is to prospect for buyers. That includes doing an active open house in which we call 100 people and door knock on 50 doors to invite all the neighbors so that we have as many bodies at the open house as possible. This way, when prospective buyers show up, they can see the demand and the activity, which will cause them to ask a different question. Their question, instead of what do you think the seller will take, they'll ask what would it take for the seller to choose our offer? And doing so will net you more money. What do you think of my response? Would you hire me for the job of selling your house?
Your response was very well thought out and addressed the concern comprehensively. You highlighted the value you bring through your marketing strategy and demonstrated how it directly benefits the seller by potentially netting them more money. I particularly liked how you emphasized the proactive approach you take with the 4th P in real estate, showing that you go above and beyond just listing the property. Mentioning specific actions like calling people, door knocking, and creating demand at open houses illustrates your commitment and effort. As a potential seller, I would feel reassured by your explanation and more confident in your ability to sell my home effectively. Yes, based on that response, I would be inclined to hire you to sell my house. Great job.
As you can see, ChatGPT not only gave me feedback, but it articulated back the concepts I was trying to convey to it, which is what you would want a seller to do to understand the value that you bring and not the reason they should choose you over somebody else because please, please, please pick me. But articulating value and giving specifics of actions of what you're going to do to drive that traffic and make a result is the point. And so with that in mind, I just wanted to share this opportunity on what you could do with ChatGPT from Roleplay. You can do this for buyers. You could even say, forget this objection. I'd like to go with a different objection. If you don't know what objections you're going to get, ask it, what other objections could I get? And then tackle them one at a time. If you want to flip-flop roles where you play the difficult seller and you ask ChatGPT to be the agent, I'm pretty sure it'll do that as well. And then you can have that banter back and forth. So now you have the technology to be able to have a conversation with you as a full-time role play partner on demand. This also works on a hands-free device in your car while you're driving. You could have the same conversation, assuming you have signal. So that's it for this particular episode. If you like content like this, please consider giving us a thumbs up. We would love to hear from you with comments below. And we will be doing one more in this particular series, which is building a lead generation plan from ChatGPT. That will be extremely simple. I'm simply going to ask it the question and see what it has to say. We'll talk to you soon.